Tonight, live from the greatest newsroom in the entire world, I'm talking about my office basement in Massachusetts. I'm Joe Cronin, and this is Decision 2022. Tonight we'll have all the election coverage that will make you erect. Plus, we'll say things that will make your wife come. And we'll do things that will upset certain people in particular parties, like the left and the right. We'll bring you coverage from the boardwalk, where several female dogs will speak to our news correspondents about how they feel about their masters, owners, walking them in the middle of the night in the middle of a midterm. Tonight, it's the election coverage unlike anywhere else. Here, live on the Joe Cronin Show. We get started in just a few minutes. Now, click the like button and give us 69 likes, or Billie Eilish's family will get botulism. Thank you. I'm Joe Cronin. And this is... I'm sorry, okay. I'm having a good time, just sitting here. I've had a couple of beers. No, I haven't. I've just been drinking water. My sweatshirt on. Having a couple of sips of water and probably some BPH plastic from this bottle that's slowly collecting in my system that will murder me at the age of 67. And I'm going out Roddy Piper style, folks. Tonight's election coverage, as always, on Fun Elections. We like to do this. And we got an interesting thing going on here. Republicans must win 27 competitive seats. Democrats must win 53 competitive seats for the House. This is funner than Monday Night Raw, I'll tell you that. Say what you want. Better than Raw. It's good to be here with you. We'll have a good time tonight, laughing at all this stuff. And we'll have a good time tonight. We'll see what happens. We'll take a look right now. The U.S. Senate race is ongoing and exciting in the pants for some of you guys. I get it. Many people are sexually excited about this. Right now in Georgia, the Democrats are rolling over there. Maggie Hassan, I don't know, sounds like a terrorist. She is winning in New Hampshire, that's interesting. New Hampshire's always back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But that's how that's going so far. So that's what's going on right now. Maggie somehow there's only 11% reporting. None of these are close, really. The closest one is North Carolina. The Democrat there is winning 54% of the vote right now, but only 43% reporting. And a lot of these early reports are from mail-in voting. And it looks like if you count the mail-in voters, it seems that Democrats are more likely to mail their vote in. About 75% are more likely are Democratic votes, to 80% even, are Democratic votes, mail-ins. So, so you would expect those mail-ins that have already reported, probably to be heavily blue. So it's like you got to wait till everything starts breaking up and some of the real people start walking to the polls and stuff like that. But then again, I expect who knows what's going to happen. Oh, we're going to get to the midnight tonight, and then they're going to say, oh, it's going to need to be counted for the next 3 days. Suddenly we can't count votes in the end of the night. Yet everywhere, every other country can do it. And we used to do it. In America, you have an election, polls end at 7 or 8, and then by 9 or 10 or 11 p.m. at night, it's over. You know who won. That's it. But now all of a sudden in the year 2020 and 22, suddenly we can't count the polls until like next day, next week, 3 days, 4 days. Somehow we've become retarded in this country, I guess. Very strange. What else do we got? Georgia Senate race are all about battle of buck dancing candidates. Anyways, I'm observing it as an outsider. Well, look at Pennsylvania. They're just ridiculous, right? I mean that state is screwed. Dr. Oz or Fetterman, like, dude, you're hilarious. By the way, guys, if you like this sort of coverage and you don't like this channel because it's a wrestling and sports channel, subscribe to my other channel, Shame on News. I usually do these from Shame on News. And quite honestly, I should have done this live on Shame on News tonight, but I kind of forgot. I don't know why, but I forgot to do it over there. I don't know. The state that held the Powerball up was California, and then someone in California won. So that's a little friggin' weird, isn't it? Little weird, huh? Don't you think it's a little strange, DJ Scandalous? Kind of bizarre, huh? Something ain't right about that Powerball drawing the other night. And you're not going to convince anyone that there wasn't, because it seems ridiculous. It absolutely seems bizarre. Let's take another look here and see if anything is altered here exactly. See if we can back out. Check the map out real quick. We've done this for years, and this is by far one of the more informative maps, but terrible picture. That makes any sense? Oh, yeah. Let's see what they're saying on the Lying Network.
The Republican ahead. Again, Florida, the Republicans are holding their +7 district. And here in Virginia offense. At the moment. Right. They're on defense. And then you come down to the third one down here, which is the true swing district. One Democrat, 1+8, and you have the Republican.
This is the U.S. House right now.
At the moment in that district, still more votes to count.
Of the 3 Democratic congresswomen from Virginia, Luria is in the toughest battle.
Yes.
Yeah, Virginia, you ain't winning that. I'll tell you that. That don't look good for Virginia. But, you never know. The House, right now, GOP is off to the races as far as the House goes. As far as the Senate goes, the GOP is starting to catch up. Look at that, 38. They were at 29 or 31 earlier. I forget what they were at total. But what's left? I mean, Indiana, Kansas, Georgia. It looks like Warner's going to win Georgia to me, but, I mean, there's still only 31% have reported, so. North Carolina's close. I still think, I don't know. North Carolina could go red. New Hampshire is surprising, but there's only 12% reported so far. And, again, like I said, mail-in ballots, so. Vermont, we know, is going, is blue. I mean, we know Vermont's going to be blue. And right now, Fetterman has a huge lead, but I mean, again, that's 4% reporting in Pennsylvania, so it's just it's too early to call that, not to call anything there. It's just so, these reported are so behind right now. I mean, we're not even close as far as that goes. That's why, like, even tonight, that's why I was thinking about not even coming on until 10, because it's just so long to wait for all these to go through. What up, Jay Alvarez? How you doing, man? We'll talk about anything tonight. We'll talk about the midterms. We'll talk about the coverage. We'll listen to the reports. We'll get into all that stuff. We're talking about Fetterman now. Let's see what they say.
When Donald Trump comes, they go here. You see why.
Yeah.
Right? So Latrobe, Westmoreland County, that's where Oz is standing in front of Trump's plane with Trump, trying to turn out vote because he needs to run it up in Trump country, Pennsylvania. Where was he last night? He was over here. Come down from Allentown, you come down here. He was in Pennsburg, which is right here, just south of Lehigh County, about 25 miles from Doylestown, which is the county seat of Bucks County, right? So let's go back to the Senate race when, in 2016, when Pat Toomey, who has this Senate seat, won re-election, right? He lost Montgomery County, but again, the margins. Look at that, right? Look at the margins there for Pat Toomey. Very same year.
Shit bum.
No.
DeSantis won re-election in Florida. Looking like Lee Zeldin has potential to turn NY governor red. Trump next Tuesday announcement running for president.
Yep. Probably going to announce he's running next Tuesday. And then and DeSantis is not going to run for president. So the only person that can run for president is Donald Trump. I don't know who else could run in the Republicans at this point. You know, I mean, DeSantis isn't going to run, so I think DeSantis would win if he ran, but he ain't running, which is crazy. I mean, he probably knows, like, he's splitting it with Trump, so why run now? Fix Florida, continue in Florida, and run in another 4 years when Trump is gone, and that way he can kind of take things over, I suppose. So I'm assuming that that's why he's doing that. Alex Oli, how you doing, bro? How you doing, man? How's everybody doing tonight, by the way? Oh, yeah. If you want to donate like Alex Oli just did, there's the donation link. Why would Fetterman run? Because these guys, bro, Dr. Oz and Fetterman, like, are you serious? We have two dingleberries running against each other. I mean, fucking Pennsylvania's screwed. Pennsylvania is screwed. We do have a poll up for you guys right now. What do you think? 145 votes. What will happen tonight? A red wave, a blue wave. I don't know. A bunch of nothing. And a bunch of nothing could mean nothing will really change. Everything is going to stay about the same anyway. So that's what about a bunch of nothing means. Either nothing will change, so I don't care, or, you know, nothing's really going to change much anyhow, so it's not a big deal. Or if you don't know or don't care, I mean, you can say, I don't know, I don't care. Or if you think the Republicans are going to kick ass, you're going to vote that. If you think the Democrats are going to kick ass, you can vote that. You can be a Democrat and think that you're going to lose, so you can vote red wave. It's fine. You can think that you could be a Republican and think the blue is going to win, so you can vote that. You know, whatever you want to vote. It's just fun. Right now, it's looking like half of you believe a red wave is coming. That is what I believe. It's not that I'm cheering it, although part of me is kind of laughing at the ignorance of the other side, which is formerly my own side, but it does look like we are going to get I thought we were going to get a red wave, like a flat-out red wave is what I thought, because that's what happens when the scale goes this way. It's going to flip the other way eventually. So, you know, you would think that that's what we would see. But while we wait and while we talk about things and have some interesting fun here tonight, let's all take a look at when I met my wife in high school. Well, I didn't meet her, but I went to high school with my wife, but we didn't talk to each other and we didn't really know each other. But there was this one time where at the Battle of the Bands, I was performing. And as I went out into the audience to slap the hands of everybody and say hi to everybody who was there to see us, and we won the Battle of the Bands. But as I did that, I noticed this one girl in the crowd who was looking miserable. She looked, but my wife always kind of looked that way anyway. But she was sitting there with her hair over her face mostly, with her hand on her side like this, like, I hate this music. I hate that I'm here. But all my friends who are cool wanted to come to this. So I was dragged here to the Battle of the Bands. And this guy is now jumping out into the crowd where he is touching me. And I touched her leg. I'll admit it. I looked at her in the crowd and I was like, damn, that girl is hot to me and she looks miserable. So let's watch that video right now. We've seen this before, but let's watch it again. It's great fun. Now I will go by my wife and she will essentially recoil. You will see her recoil, her leg up in the air, because she does not want to be a part of this. Watch, ready? That's her with the long hair over her face. Touch her leg right there. Touch the leg. Oh, see her recoil? That's her recoiling. She kind of looked like Avril Lavigne. She was like, I'm a skater girl. Touch. Oh, that's her. Look at Leah. That's Leah. So I'm 17 and she's 14. Now, is that assault? 17 and 14? I don't know. All I did was tickle her foot. See, she wasn't putting her hand out like everybody, and I knew. So I'm like, all right. See her hand? Her hand is right there on her chest, and there's her hair. And the guy right there is her boyfriend, right next to her. So she's on, her head's coming out of the left side of the screen there, and he's to the right. He's actually staring at my hands. Look at him. He's like, where's he putting his hands on my girlfriend? I was friends with him, though, so he was probably laughing. But, yeah, recoil. Now he laughs right there. He's laughing. That is hilarious. Yeah. Man. So that's 2002. 2002. She might have been 15 and I might have been 17, actually. Yeah, she was 15 and I was 17. That's what it was. I don't think she was 14, but she was 15. 15 and 17. Because now, yeah, I think. It depends on what time. It actually depends. If it's like May. No, if it's April. Yeah, so I don't know. Probably 17, 15. I would have gotten Me Too'd. Yeah, I should have been Me Too'd here. A 17-year-old and a 15 or 14-year-old. Look out. Look at my buddy with a boxers over his pants. And then I uploaded us playing at the Palladium on the other YouTube channel the other day because somebody wanted it. So I was like, all right, I'll just put it up on Corrupted. Kemp is now beating Stacey Abrams in Georgia now, by the way, for the people that aren't seeing that. How do I feel about Maura Healey winning? I'm gonna throw up. I mean, I don't know. She's my Facebook friend, though. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I mean, 1% are reporting right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, pretty crazy. Because we used to have a Republican, we had a Republican governor. So, I mean, we've had a Republican senator, we've had a Republican governor, and we've had a lot of people. I mean, I would have voted probably Libertarian for Kevin Reed. But it was really close. It's been really close so far. I mean, that's the thing people don't even know about Massachusetts. I mean, look at this. Maura Healey, 50% of the vote. Jeff got 47.6%. But that's the vote count is so close. Look at the vote count, dude. With 2,000 people? Is that it? What is that? She has become the first woman governor of Massachusetts. Maybe I should accept her Facebook friends request now. You know what I mean? That way I can tell her some things. I can get over. Because she sent me a friends request on Facebook a long time ago. I should go look on my Facebook now and go through it. And I should accept her as a friend now. Let me go see if she's still I'm actually friends. I went to school with her, with one of her family members. Let me see. I wonder if it still says respond to friends request. It's weird because I agree with her on a lot of things, but she's like a nutcase as far as some other stuff, so I'm kind of scared a little bit. I'm a little concerned. I will say that, I mean, Maura Healey has done a good job pretty much for the most part. A pretty good job as Attorney General, I think, of the state. I mean, unless I'm missing some things that I don't know about, she's done a pretty good job. I mean, there's some things I don't really like. Some things I really don't like, but, I mean, she's done all right. We'll see, though. New York Times called it, says Steve. I don't know. We'll see, though. It is pretty interesting. I mean, Charlie Baker has been governor for a long time now, or for a little while, and he's a Republican, in Massachusetts. Charlie Baker is a Republican governor. Now, he is more of a Democrat in ways, but he's more of a, it's more that he's like a kind of a JFK type of guy, I don't know. So it's it's an interesting guy, running Republican, but fairly liberal-ish Republican, He's more like a libertarian or a independent almost, I would say, even though he's in the Republican Party. He's more of an independent. So, he's got some old school, he's an old school Republican with some old school Democrat as well in there. And I think that's why he won and why he's been governor, I'm assuming. It's hard to say, though.
Shit bomb.
A donation coming in to support the show.
Will you vote Trump in 2024 if opponent is Biden?
If the opponent is Biden, yes. If the opponent is if the opponent in 2024 is Joe Biden, I will, for the first time ever, vote red as a president. If Joe Biden wins, or if Joe Biden's running, I will vote whoever is facing against him. I probably wouldn't ever vote in the past, but I will now. Nice. Good job, babe. You got to get to bed in a few. You got an hour. Love you. Interesting. I should ask Leah, but I don't have my phone. Let's see what they're saying over here real quick.
Campaign headquarters. These ones here, you're looking at these. Republicans can get a majority without these seats, but if they're red at the end of the night, you're talking about a bigger Republican majority, which is why we will keep an eye on these competitive races. A tenacious Democrat.
We're going to play them in slow motion so it sounds like they're drunk reporting this.
Incumbent in a tough race.
She said
knows
come.
the district. She knows she campaigns hard. Again, over here, a Democratic incumbent,
Pappas.
Chris Pappas. We talked earlier, Governor Sununu is winning big in the state, right? So the question is, can all the Democrats, whether it's the Senate race or the House races, hang on in that environment? So let's pull it out, come back nationally, and drop down. I started my career in the state of Rhode Island. You see red in Rhode Island, you want to take a look at it, because this district has been Democratic for a very, very long time. This is a surprising candidate here. Very, very close.
Alan Fung. Alan Fung is winning right now in Rhode Island. Holy crap, bro. Rhode Island is red. Wow.
Seth Magaziner, state treasurer, against the former Cranston mayor, Alan
Fung? What the hell name is that?
Pick up this seat. If this seat is red at the end of the night, Republicans will have a majority, and I would argue that majority would be rather large, because this is a Democratic 13-point. Joe Biden, by the lines of this district today, would have won it by 13 points in 2020. So watch the result. Up about 62%.
Wow, bro. That's crazy. I mean, dude, Rhode Island. And a guy named Fung, too. The guy's name is freaking Fung. And he's winning, despite that name. Look at how close that is right now. 51 to the majority, 37-38 in favor of the Democrats by 1. It was 31-38 earlier. We're continuing to roll on here. This is amazing stuff. I know I'm getting a chubby.
That's a very close race. We keep watching it. But if you're looking at the map, that would be a big takeaway for the Republicans.
That's the Senate.
Down here to New Jersey.
That's the House.
This has been a race people have been looking at. Again, another Democratic incumbent who's in a tough district. This
28-17 right now for the House results. It's like we got a ways and a ways and a ways to go here tonight. But we'll get there. Maybe. We'll see, man. Seaman. Man, this is going to be nuts. Oh, yeah, Steve C. I've seen a lot of planes. They've been flying over my house. I'm apparently in some kind of flight area, dude. I've seen Apaches come over my house now every couple of weeks. It's like, and, dude, they shake the whole neighborhood. And the whole neighborhood goes on Facebook and starts going, what the hell's going on? It's the Apaches again, or it's the nuclear, but whatever. Dude, they're huge, huge planes and choppers and other things. Like, it's crazy.
That one got closer. You have
Listen
Jennifer
to this.
Wexton still ahead, but Hung Kao has closed that to 49% right there. We're at 90%, and we're watching it. And so think about that. Think about that, even if Wexton holds on to win this seat. This is an 18-point Democratic advantage for Joe Biden in 2020 if the lines were as they are today, and you have a Republican candidate at the moment with 10% of the vote out. Could change, 10% in the populated suburbs here just outside of D.C. But that is a close race in a district that, if you went back 2 years ago, was not close. That tells you about the environment. You drop down here, and again, Yesli Vega, we're at 89%, a little shy here in a district. This is a Democrat +7 district, and you have the Republican candidate ahead by 4 or 5 points. 5 points if you do just a shy shade of it, and then you come down here. Again, we've talked about this before. The most vulnerable Democrat in the Commonwealth of Virginia is Elaine Luria. 68% of the vote, so you're hoping and hoping and hoping, but that's a pretty healthy lead for the Republican candidate, Jen Kiggins, there. So what does that mean? You go race by race. People at home might start to get confused. What it means is we're starting to fill in the map Democrats are leading in 18 of these competitive districts, which means they're leading at the moment in more competitive districts, which is good news, but it's not good enough news in the sense that Democrats have to win 2/3 of the competitive races to have a chance to hold the House majority.
Also, I would imagine that some of this is early vote.
Yes.
Meaning that the Democrats are leading right now because Democrats disproportionately vote early,
Right.
Vote by mail, et cetera.
Right. Without a doubt, that's what's happening here. Just to illustrate your point, I bring up Ohio, and I just want to check if the vote count has gone. It's gone up some, but not much. About a third of the vote now. Marcy Kaptur, again, her district used to be cut off about here and come east. They added Republican areas, the Ohio legislature, Ohio governor, Republican legislature. They added seats here. But she's up comfortably at the moment, but it's a third of the vote, so we want to see. And this would be news down here, in that this is a Republican incumbent, Steve Shabbat, Cincinnati, and the suburbs to there. It gets more rural as you get to the north. Again, 33% of the vote in though, and it's all early vote.
So let me just bring up, remember there are 82 competitive races that we're looking at overall. Right now, 27 of them, the polls have closed, and CNN is saying they're too early to call. 18 of those seats, Democrats are leading in of the 27. So Democrats are leading in 18 of the 27 competitive seats that are too early to call. Republicans are leading in 9 of the competitive seats that are too early to call. Again, early vote, we don't know what's going to happen. This does not mean the Democrats are going to win 18 of the 27, but this is some reason for hope if you're a Democrat watching at home.
It's some reason for hope that at least you're competitive, and you hope maybe as you move further west you get more. The challenge for the Democrats is, if you come, the House today, if you come back to the House where we are today, turn off the competitive seats. Again, the lines are different this time, so in some ways it's still a tad misleading to show it. But the basic math is not, that you have 220 Democrats and 212 Republicans in the House today. And so the challenge is Republicans need only a net gain of 5. So when you come back to this year and where you're looking at this, and this is all of the races right now, you only need a net gain of 5. And in those competitive races, 57 of them are Democratic incumbents, so and only 22 Republican incumbents. Joe Biden, of the 82 competitive districts, when we put them up on the map, and let me just bring those up to highlight them. Of these 82 competitive districts, Joe Biden carried 60 of them 2 years ago, or would have if the lines had been as they are this year in 2020. Joe Biden would have carried 60. So the fact that the Democrats essentially need to win those 60.
Right.
They need to win them. They need to win somewhere around that number to keep it. And it's just, again, competitive, yes. Competitive enough. Looking at this map, we're not done.
Yeah.
The early instinct is probably not.
So put up the House of Representatives as it stands today, because I want to show something to people. If we can zoom in on New England right now, okay?
I can stretch it out for you.
Stretch it out for us. Can you do that?
No, it doesn't want to go. There we go.
Okay. New England is entirely blue, right? We're not counting about New York. We're not counting New York, which is here, and we're not counting New York, which is here. It's entirely blue. But as you pointed out,
dude, if you listen to these guys discuss what's going on, it just sounds like they're crazy when you put it in slow-mo. Like they're a couple of drunken dudes. Like, and let's put this picture together. About 74% of Democrats versus 5% of Republicans mixed up. Dude. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God.
Right now in Rhode Island, where you started out as a reporter.
Come forward.
Why do they keep saying that? Why do they keep saying where you started out as a reporter? Rhode Island. Now, I started my reporting career in Rhode Island. You know, I started as a reporter in Rhode Island and blah, blah. And now to Rhode Island where you started your career. Why do they have to keep saying that? Who gives a fuck? I get it. You started your career there. What, makes you an expert on Rhode Island? Okay, fine. Why do you have to say it 3 times? What the fuck? 3 times in 10 minutes? Jesus Christ.
It's red.
And you look some red. And now that Cape Cod district, there's just a few votes in. That's Bill Keating's district, his Democratic district. If that stays red, then we're having a huge Republican night. But that Rhode Island seat, those results are real. You come in here, all the results are real. I shouldn't use that kind of language.
Oh my God, dude, wait, what? First of all, oh my God, dude, why wouldn't they be real? And then second of all, now he's apologizing for it because he's like, oops, I shouldn't have said it's real. What?
This environment. I just mean contextual. You're up to 70% of the vote here.
Go back again, wait.
Democratic district. If that stays red, then we're having a huge
Let's listen to CNN
but
again.
That Rhode Island seat, those results are real. You come in here, all the results are real. I shouldn't use that kind of language in this environment. I just mean contextual. You're up to 70% of the vote here. What I meant by that is that if you come to this district here, that Rhode Island seat, those results are real.
Weird.
You come in here, all the results are real. I shouldn't use that.
Whoops.
And you look some red. And now that Cape Cod district, there's just a few votes in. That's Bill Keating's district, his Democratic district. If that stays red, then we're having a huge Republican night. But that Rhode Island seat, those results are real. You come in here, all the results are real. I shouldn't use that kind of language in this environment. I just mean contextual. You're up to 70% of the vote here.
Oh my God, bro. I mean, dude, that is way too funny. Oh my God, dude. Freudian slip. Dude, Rhode Island is going red. This is crazy right now. No. Let's go back to what he said again.
What I meant by that is if that stays red, then we're having a huge Republican night. But that Rhode Island seat, those results are real. You come in here, all the results are real. I shouldn't use that kind of language in this environment. I just mean contextual. You're up to 70% of the vote here. What I meant by that is that if you come to this district here, you're looking at a tiny number of votes. Right. Tiny number of votes. So it's not contextual yet. I need to be careful in this environment about the words we use.
My point is just that your point about, like, if Republicans, and we haven't called anything in New England, but if Republicans are picking up seats in New England, which is currently all blue, that says something about what we might see. Again, this is all early, but I'm just saying the fact that it's even competitive.
Right, and in this one here, you know, candidates do matter. Seth Magazine.
I mean, the Rhode Island thing is huge. You know what I mean? I mean, that's crazy. Let's take a look at the, again, it is early. It's nothing to jump the gun on. I mean, you know, anybody could win or lose still. You don't know exactly what's going on, but the projections are very interesting. 38 Democrats to 37 Republicans. Right now, the U.S. Senate is very tight. if you project Vermont, right, 39 for the Dems, Connecticut, probably 40, Illinois, 41. I mean, maybe 8, 9, 20, 22, 44. Ooh, man, it's really going to come down to it really is going to come down to, I mean, New Hampshire. Well, and New Hampshire could probably go blue. I don't know. New England is fully blue almost now. New Hampshire sometimes is red, you know what I mean? So New Hampshire, I don't know. But New Hampshire looks like go blue as far as the Senate goes. Fetterman is, again, early ballots or probably could be mail-ins, but he is up pretty good right now. But that's, again, it seems early to me. I don't know. Oh man, I can't figure this out. You need an expert for this, like, to project these things. Like this is too crazy. The House though is fucking crazy right now. Look at this. Man, Rhode Island is super interesting. All this stuff is it's hard to say that this always happens every election. You're staring at it, but it's so early that it's like, I don't know, man, like things can change quickly. You know what I mean? I don't know how you guys are doing it in Pennsylvania. You got to choose between Dr. Oz and Fetterman. Just fucking blow my brains out. You know what I mean? If I'm in Pennsylvania, I'm just like, you know what? Just let me go get hit by a truck at this point.
Seen as the state treasurer. Alan Fung was the mayor of Cranston, which is a city right here south of Florida, south of Providence. I'm sorry. This is where I started my career. He was a popular mayor. He picked up the trash. They filled the potholes. And so you have a popular mayor running against a Democrat who's very well known in this state. His dad was very prominent in Rhode Island when I was there 30+ years ago.
There we go with you're from Rhode Island again, you fuck.
But it's inflation. It's
the world not doing well.
It's the national environment and a competitive candidate, somebody who is well known in a predominantly white, blue-collar working district, and again,
the guy's Asian. Are you saying only white people are smart? Are you racist? He's in a mostly predominantly white area. What successful area? What does that mean? Wow, CNN is fully racist. I mean, what does that mean? Alan Fung, he's a friggin' Asian person. What do you mean predominantly white? So white people are voting for an Asian guy? What does that mean? That they're smart? Dude, Fung is going to win, bro. Look at this. We might win. I mean, I don't know. Oh, my God, bro. Republican in Rhode Island. Holy hell, brother. Cranston, Rhode Island. It's Cranston, Rhode Island, not Cranston, Florida. Why does that have to do with Florida? What? I'm confused in the chat. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys can click that like button and stick the thumb way up my rectum. We have more likes for this than the other night with 400 people in here. I don't know what the hell's going on. All right. Let's see what happens when I go to the donations. Are there donations? We'll find out.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
I'm a liberal and I wanna fuck Anna Luna's skull off her body. She may be one of the hottest politicians ever. I wanna put my homemade mayo all over her face. I'll fuck her asshole so hard it swells shut. I'm not fucking kidding, swell shut, my guy.
Jesus. cunt nugget sandwich? Good Lord. Jesus Christ.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
What do you predict the Dolphins' record to be this season? If you don't know, you could check the rest of their schedule. Also, I just got tickets for the Dolphins and Texans game. And do you think Mac Jones is not the guy for the Patriots?
I don't know. I don't think anybody is. I think anybody who's not Tom Brady isn't the guy for the Patriots. So, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% yet on him, but he's pretty good. I think he's got promise to be the guy, maybe. You know, hopefully he's the guy that's going to keep getting better. If he doesn't, though, you know, he won't be here for too long.
That is the key. It is too early after that first drop. So all of these campaigns saying, we're going to watch these numbers, we're going to watch the turnout. And someone else who is also watching what is happening here very carefully is Donald Trump. Carrie Lake's campaign saying that he called her twice, ending one of his calls by saying, go get him, girl. Jake.
All right, Kyung La at the headquarters for Carrie Lake and.
All right, Ken La at the headquarters. Dude, when you put them in slow motion, they sound ridiculously drunk. I love it.
Lake Masters. Let's go north and east now to Omar Jimenez, who is in the campaign headquarters of incumbent Republican Senator Ron Johnson. Omar.
Ron Johnson. Boy, do we need the Daily Show back when Jon Stewart was good and back when it was funny and they used to mock all this stuff. God, that was what I watched. I had a blast watching that stuff. That was funny. Now we don't have that anymore because that dude killed that show, Trevor Noah, whatever his name was. God, did he kill that show. And now, Jon Stewart's gone insane, and he's a maniac and a fake. So, always has to be some racial shit. Wait a minute, who's doing the racial shit? I don't get it. What, on CNN they're doing something racial? I didn't even hear it. I didn't even hear them. Let me see.
What is the mood there? What are you hearing from the Johnson campaign?
Well, Jake, right now, the cautiously optimistic Senator Ron Johnson is mingling among his supporters here at their election night party in Neenah, Wisconsin, and more of the central part of the state. Now, obviously, he is trying to win a third term here, and with it, he has brought implications of what that would mean. One, it could contribute to a change in power in the Senate, which means he would chair an investigations committee, and he has already said he is ready to ramp up the number of investigations out of Congress. On the other side of things, Lieutenant Governor Mendez.
Jon Stewart is doing great things for veterans and responders, but Jon Stewart is delusional. Some of the stuff he said recently is retarded. But I always liked Jon Stewart, but it seems that he's completely, he's just so wrong. I've listened to him recently say things, and he's just so wrong, it's unbelievable. Jon Stewart is a mess. I'm trying to find some examples of how Jon Stewart's insane. But all that matters really is that, that he does do good work like that. So even though Jon Stewart's out of his fucking mind and irresponsible when it comes to takes, and he's just a Hollywood fake person, at least he is doing something for the veterans and stuff like that, I suppose. If he's doing all that correctly, then that's good. I always thought I liked Jon Stewart, but recently he's just kind of been insane. I've heard him, and he's just gone fully extreme and insane. Bill Maher is normal, it seems like, and Bill Maher knows what's up, but it just seems like, you know, Jon Stewart's lost his goddamn mind. Whatever that means or whatever. I'm trying to find a video. It's hard to find somebody trying to break down how Stewart is a fucking maniac at this point, but I used to love The Daily Show, though. He was so good on that show. And then he's completely just destroyed it when he gave it to Trevor Noah, that idiot, who was not funny and just fucking terrible. Let's see if we can find any videos on this. Because I have trouble going back to find the evidence to explain what I'm talking about Jon Stewart, but I feel like there's got to be some people out there that can break down, you know, Jon Stewart the correct way. Let me see. Let's see. I don't know if anybody has it, but maybe Ruben has it. This guy Ruben has it.
In 1999, experience. I was doing stand-up at night. I was interning there during the day. I was working at electronics boutique, which out there that this is where young people get their news, and that's what everyone kept saying. This is where young people get their news, and it was a culturally.
You can get your memes out. Okay, there we go. Get a good picture for your clickbaits. For however sincerely we want to reckon and listen, the truth is America has always prioritized white comfort over black survival.
It's such boring bullshit, and trust me, it went on and on and on, and he had a ridiculous panel where he was basically applauding as a white woman was calling, a white woman who seemingly didn't know she was white, calling all white men evil. This stuff is so, yes, America has always been based on white comfort. All the men who died in coal mines and who were laying track and died and got burned in horrible accidents in oil rigs and all of those things. It was all done in the name of white power so that white comfort ultimately could rule the day. This is the best, maybe not for much longer, and you freaks are doing a pretty good job of destroying it. This is the best country in the history of the world. Jon Stewart, give up your show, man. What are you doing? You're a white dude. You're a white dude, okay? Maybe you should give up your show and give it to a black guy. Is there not some black guy that could do comparably what you do? Your pandering woke bullshit? What are you doing? Why are you taking the $10 million? I'm sure.
Oh, that's what he did for Trevor Noah. Didn't he do that with Trevor Noah? He did give up his show. That is the exact way. You know what I mean? But I know it's too bad I can't find I'm trying to find an example of this, and this is not what I'm looking for. This is not what I'm looking for. I can't find.
Hey guys, I'm off the grid for
the real clip of Jon Stewart, because I saw like 7 people were talking about him.
Look at them in the face! You're not in good faith! You're not in good faith!
My question is, what is John? Why is John? I'm not even against you guys.
Then what are you doing? Then what are you posting? You're lying!
For you.
You're
All you do is name call. You name call and you insult.
You haven't been working on this thing for years.
All you do is call names.
I've been on this.
Because I was serving in the military, John. I served. I served.
So did he. He was dead.
I don't know what this is. I don't even know what this is. This is not what I was looking for, but it's interesting.
I've been trying to meet with him all the time. He called the police on us. We went up there and he called the police on us. We went to his office. We went to his office.
Take a breath and count to 10.
These people have already counted to 15 years. Do you think we can do it? You don't know what you're talking about.
Fine.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're just screaming.
Here, let me explain it to you.
Explain it.
The House.
Do you want to meet?
No,
with them?
shut the fuck up and listen.
All you want to do is
The House put the pack.
We already went there. He said no. He does not want to meet with
All
us.
of these
He does not want to meet with us. He does not want to meet with us.
I'm trying to think. Jon Stewart looks like somebody I recognize. I can't, but not Jon Stewart. Somebody else. I don't know why. Who chants shame at somebody, by the way? I mean, is this Game of Thrones?
Will you listen when you don't want to listen?
But when he does,
He said yes. Let's get it done.
You're not a good faith actor.
When?
He said yes.
When?
Today.
Right now.
All right, let's do it now. When will the meeting be?
I just got yes
Shit
one
bum.
time. I will go back to the other.
Red wave.
I don't know what this is, but this is not what I was looking for. Hopefully that guy does give them the meeting that they want. What's the harm in having a meeting with Jon Stewart if that's what he wants? Drew Bar 100, thank you for the $2. Red wave is coming, I guess. Okay, we'll see what happens. That's what I predicted, but we'll see what happens. I mean, you know, Jon Stewart wants a meeting with someone. I mean, I'd give him I'd give anybody a meeting with anybody, you know? Never deny a meeting with anybody, you know, at that point, you know, as long as it's makes sense, right?
And film it and do this all this stuff, and I don't want to put up with it, so I fucking screamed at him because that's what he deserves, because he's a fucking asshole. These people are determined, and they're not going to relent, and I'm not going to put up with that. And he's not coming into here and saying that bullshit. Not happening. Thank you.
Well, I think it did happen.
This is Jack Posobiec. I'm here with Tim Jensen of Grunt Style, and
Hello.
Jon Stewart is also here. Jon Stewart and I have decided to come to agreement. Have we not, John?
Yes, sir. I lost my temper a little bit. I felt like I was...
Oh, this is very nice that they reconciled after yelling. I mean, that's not a bad thing. That's very nice, actually. I didn't see this part of the video ever. Now, I saw this video before, but I stopped watching it because there's people yelling at each other. I'm looking for a different video of Jon Stewart. I can't find it, though, guys. I'm so sorry. I wish I had it for you. But, you know, just Jon Stewart's very emotional, you know, at this point, which is what happens to, you know, people. But this is interesting. Very interesting.
Being trolled, and I realized that the important thing is you just got to get this done for these guys and get them over the finish line to get the health care they need.
We're at 98%. Let's get it over the last 2%.
Please.
Is that fair?
Fair.
You shake on it?
7-5, brother.
Do or die.
Well, there you go. They ended up coming to some kind of a... And then they fucked after that, by the way, just so you know. He agreed to suck him off. I don't know what that was about. It's not what I was looking for, but I just saw Jon Stewart screaming, and I was like, oh. John Lovitz is president. Oh, my God, dude. Imagine John Lovitz was president. That'd be great. Well, Mr. President, the president of Turkey has gone insane. He's threatening to bomb Russia. Wait a minute. You're telling me that the president of Turkey's gone insane and is planning to bomb Russia? Where's my masturbating lotion? Like, and he just starts jerking off. That's John Lovitz as president, folks.
Ella Barnes, he has told us he is feeling very good tonight.
Oh.
He feels that they have done.
Glad he's feeling good.
Tim Ryan is up with 37%. And let's bring in David Chang.
Ohio, looking fun.
Iowa, Louisiana, North Dakota, and Wisconsin.
The
As
cheese
right
state.
now, we do not have a projection in those races. The balance of power, of course, 100 Senate seats. Democrats have 37 of those seats. Republicans have 38 of those seats. There are 25 seats remaining. Republicans only need to pick up one net seat in order to regain control of the U.S. Senate. There are governor's races going on out there as well. Let's go to Boris Sanchez for that.
Boris Sanchez coming up.
To bring you right now, beginning with a familiar face.
Sarah Huckabee wins Arkansas. That cow.
DeKalb County, and you're getting 87% of the votes. There's your votes right there. So again, you can have these quick and big swings.
We're back to Mr. Expert on Rhode Island.
Counted, and that is a huge Herschel Walker category of vote. He's currently winning Election Day vote by 37.2 percentage points, and that is the biggest bucket.
You all have decided to take your hard-earned money and to fund my show, to fund what I do, to fund what I believe in, to fund my godly ass. JCS Army.
Wow.
Donate to me. Acknowledge me.
I got a big update on the Georgia situation right now. Wow, thank you, Derek.
I'd much rather watch the election coverage here tonight than on a biased news media outlet. Definitely worth tipping.
Derek, thank you so much, man. And I'll tell you what, we've done a better job in the past with having so many people on the show and everything. But tonight I kind of came on here last minute. But I am having a good time watching it. You know, hopefully we'll see if we can get some more results earlier. But thank you, my friend. Georgia right now, by the way, 36%. We got 36% mail-in for the what is his name, Warner? Herschel Walker, though, on Election Day has more votes because more people mailed in their vote for Warner, so Warner was running away early on, and that's what it looks like to me. I don't know 100%, but I've got audio on that in a second. But also, as far as the Senate goes, there's been an update on the Senate. Before, you remember, it was 39-37, 38-37, rather, in favor of the Democrats. Now it's the GOP 40, the Democrats 39. 51 is the majority, and we are off to the races as far as that goes. As far as the House goes, 65 now for the GOP. That's climbed up. 30 the Democrats. They've lost 2 seats, and the Republicans have gained 3 seats now in the House. As far as governors go, the GOP has lost 2 seats, and the Democrats have gained 2. It's 17-10, though, but there has been a couple of changes there. One of them being in Massachusetts, I think, unless there's something else I'm missing on that. But very close. Let's hear this statement on Georgia.
Outstanding vote. So this is what is giving the Walker folks, even though you saw Warnock take that lead again, real confidence that they are very much still in this race.
Very interesting, David Chalian. Let's get one more look at the overall Senate landscape, and then I want to take you over, John, to the House.
And to David's point, early voting has been a growing phenomenon anyway, and you want the more people to participate, and therefore you give them earlier opportunities. That's good, whether you're a Democrat or Republican or an independent. But obviously that accelerated in the 2020 election because of COVID, and so that's one of the lessons we're learning, and this is more complicated now than it was 10 years ago, just because you get people voting in different ways: early voting, mail-in vote, early in-person voting, mail-in voting, election day voting, and different states count them. And we still have,
yeah.
You see, we've already projected.
David,
yeah, we'll be.
Let's go back to Rhode Island. Let's see what Rhode Island's doing, because that's very interesting. They look like they're going to go blue as far as the Senate goes, which would be expected, I guess. And as far as everything else, I mean, Rhode Island's still kind of falling blue to me. But I don't know, man. Maybe something else will change. I don't see anything on this map, though, to indicate anything is any different than it was. North Carolina is possibly going to go red there, too, by the way. I said earlier it probably red in North Carolina, you would think, but it was close earlier. But that was because nothing was really coming in yet. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But looking at the poll in the chat, let's go back to the poll in the chat. 308 votes on the poll in the chat so far here tonight. And basically, I just wanted to see what you guys thought would happen. I think most people think that there's an opportunity for Republicans to take over a little bit. And if that doesn't happen, people really think that things will stay about the same maybe. So a lot of people are saying a bunch of nothing in second place. So a bunch of nothing could mean I don't really think anything's going to change anyway, or nothing is really going to change. So I'll just say a bunch of nothing's going to happen tonight. But 50% of you, so about 150 or so of you, believe that we're in for a red wave tonight. Only 7% believe a blue wave is coming, and 18% don't know. So if you are a Republican, which I think a lot of the audience here, a lot of my audience used to be liberal. I used to take polls around the political times in my chat. Back in 2000, you can go watch my old shows back in 2013, 14, and 15, and you can look at the polls. The polls that we did in my chat back on my show in the years 2013, 14, 15, and even maybe 16, the polls reflected a liberal audience. So 60% of you guys were liberal, or the people that were watching me at the time at least were liberal, and 40% were whatever else, either independent, Republican, or maybe a libertarian or something like that. But now it seems that that's kind of flipped, and it feels like 60% or so of the audience is more Republican or libertarian or independent, and other 30 or 40%, maybe even less, are still liberal. So it's interesting how the audience has changed over the years. And in fact, my own views have slightly moved a little. So not really, though. My views have mostly stayed where they are. It's the parties are changing. I'm still where I always was, kind of, but the parties have drifted differently. The right seemingly has drifted a little more, a little bit left in some ways, and a little more extreme right in other ways, but the left has drifted way further out left. And so I'm still where I was. For me, I don't think there's much different. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some of the different stuff I would vote for that's that much different, and it's really not that much different. So it's not me. It's not me that's changed. It's the party that changed. And I always say this to other people when they people like my wife and other people when they say that I'm some crazy. I'm like, no, I'm still the same person. You know what I mean? Because if I write down all the things that I am, I still am. About the same almost as I always was. So it's not me that changed. It's you. But we'll see. Abbott can't even walk. That polio-ridden fuck, says Colonel Stutters. CNN sounds drunk. Yeah, well, they are. I mean, when aren't they? Derek with the $30. Thank you, Derek, for the $30 donation, man. That's a big help. Thank you, sir. Oh, boy. Let's see what else. Let's see if there's any change here. There's more GOP in the House now. Very interesting stuff. Let's see if we get some more news. Let's see. Let's check in with MSNBC because they're fucking creepy as hell. And they hate whites. What is this music they got rolling? Oh, you can't rewind on MSNBC. They got that turned off. That's interesting. But we have to listen to this music. Ba-ba bump bump ba-ba bump. Ba-ba bump bump ba-ba bump. That's fucking like that's enough to make you kill somebody. You know? Ba-ba bump bump ba-ba bump. Ba-ba bump bump ba-ba bump. Oh my god, do they all have this music running? What is this music? Bro, what is this music we're listening to right now? Holy good God Almighty. Oh my God, bro. Look at that. Senate control. 23 undecided seats. House control. GOP needs 1 to gain control of the House. House and Senate, 1 to gain. Wow. Tiebreaker. 23 undecided, one ahead for Republicans in the Senate. Man, it is snug. Still one to gain for the Senate and the House for Republicans. Wow, will that happen? Super interesting. Dude, if I was like 17, I'd be like, this is lame. But now that I'm 38 and a loser, I'm like, this is exciting. Even though it's not really exciting, it's still stupid.
Looking at later. And so
You know what I mean?
you look
0.6%.
27. So they have made one more.
Let's see.
118.
Let's see the
We have
report.
a ways to go, Jake. So remembering that the vote is still early, and where we are an hour, 2 hours from now will tell us a lot more about the House than right now.
Right, great. I'll be asleep.
All right, John. Right now, CNN is about to make 2 more projections in House races in Florida. Republican Maria Elvira Salazar, CNN is projecting, has won a second term.
Fuck, she's hot. Maria Elvira Salazar. Oh. Republican female in Florida.
In office in her Miami area district. It went narrowly for Trump in 2020. She is a former TV journalist. Congresswoman Maria Elvira Salazar will be reelected, CNN is projecting.
Reelected.
In Virginia, Democratic Congresswoman Jennifer Wexton, CNN is projecting, has been elected to a 3rd term in office. She represents the Washington suburbs in Northern Virginia. So that's 1 win for a Republican, 1 win for a Democrat. The balance of power right now, 48 Democrats have been elected, 92 Republicans have been elected. That includes 3 pickups. 295 seats are remaining. Remember, you need 218 seats in order to control the House of Representatives. In the U.S. House, of the competitive seats that we're keeping an eye on, Republicans have to win 26 of them, we now say. That is down from 27. So they have made 1 more gain there that they need to do. Democrats have as well. Democrats need to pick up 52. That is down from 53 in terms of competitive seats. Let's go to Casey Hunt now, who will tell us more about what's going on with the Senate races.
So, I bet AOC is a maniac in bed. I don't know, man. You think so? People really want to bang her. Has anybody noticed that? Like, people really want a piece of AOC. Whether it's left or right, people want to get with her. Like, I mean, you can't deny it. People want her big horse teeth, like, to just gobble them. I mean, no matter what you think about her, you're horny for her. I don't know why.
That's right, Jake. Let's check in across the map, and we're going to start in a place we've been all night, and that is Georgia, where Raphael Warnock in the lead right now, 51.2% to Herschel Walker.
Well, Warner's winning. Oh, shit, Derek.
My fecal matter's on the floor, but it's okay.
Yeah, we can check out Fox next.
Fecal matter's on the floor. It's okay. I am a horse. Fecal matter's on the floor. It's okay. I am a horse. Fecal matter's on the floor. It's okay. Fecal matter's on the floor. It's okay. I am a horse. Fecal matter's on the floor. It could be.
Derek dropping another $20. Derek is funding the stream tonight.
Fecal matter's on the floor. Fecal matter's on the floor. But it's okay, I am a horse. It's okay, I am a horse. My fecal matter's on the floor. And on the floor.
Yo.
If indeed it is a red wave tonight, it would be funny to see the difference in coverage between channels like Fox, CNN, and NBC, completely exposing their biased ideologies.
Well, I think we're so aware of their biases that we don't even, you can imagine it almost right now. I mean, you know, maybe not at CNN anymore because CNN has tried to become this, has tried to dial it back a bit on the left stuff, but MSNBC is still very left and they might cry on the air. Remember Rachel Maddow when she was crying when Donald Trump won? That was hilarious. But yeah, and Fox is probably jerking off. So yeah, it'd be good to look at those. Is that Derek Hance, by the way, in the donation, or a different Derek? If that's you, Derek, thank you, man. Seriously, holy shit. Derek, thank you. Yeah, Georgia's really close right now. We've been talking about this. You know, I honestly think that Warnock. I'll tell you this, guys. I'm going to be honest here. I think Warnock is a better person to be a politician. It's not that he's a Democrat and not that Herschel Walker is whatever, but Herschel Walker is kind of a fucking nut job. You know what I mean? He's kind of a loose cannon fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? But he's the Republican, so, you know, a lot of people are going to vote for Herschel Walker just because he's the Republican. But I think some Republicans are actually going to vote for Warnock because Warnock is sane. You know what I mean? So, dude, unfortunately for the Republicans, man, I don't know, dude. They ran anybody else who wasn't like a fucking weirdo like Herschel Walker. That guy might have beat Warnock, to be honest. But, you know, it's going to be hard, I think, kind of to beat Warnock with a guy like Herschel Walker. If Herschel Walker was a great human being and a smarter man, he would win because he's so popular and he's Herschel Walker, and he's, you know, you can feel, you know, that he's going to be somebody who'll take care of you. But, you know, Herschel Walker has shown signs of fucking Fetterman-like stuff over in, you know, Herschel Walker is the Republican Fetterman of Georgia, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I mean, that's my opinion. You know, Raphael Warnock is like the safe fucking, he's the Dr. Oz. But Herschel Walker is like retarded, you know, and I mean, Herschel Walker is the Fetterman. He's the Fetterman, except Fetterman's a Democrat and Herschel Walker's a Republican, but he basically is. It's the same type of thing. Do you want to take the guy who's mentally damaged just because he's in your party or no? So we're going to find out, you know, but what if Fetterman wins in Pennsylvania, but Herschel Walker loses in Georgia? I mean, that's kind of surprising a bit. But Herschel Walker, bro, he's right there. He's still in the race. I mean, that's not far enough yet to say yet, I don't think. Pretty close. But, you know, the fact that two retards are running right now is pretty amazing. I mean, between Fetterman and Herschel Walker, you know, and being fair, one's a Republican, one's a Democrat, both have brain damage. You know, it's what a beautiful thing for special needs people to be able to, you know what I mean? I mean, people always want to champion special needs and stuff like that, and here it is in front of you, and you don't even celebrate it. That's the only, I don't understand that. Why don't you celebrate it? How come other times it's so celebrated? But what, you know, oh, you know, Fetterman's an idiot and he's not qualified. Oh, Herschel Walker's got CTE, he's retarded. Well, aren't you supposed to champion those things? Especially the Democrats. You should love this. Look at the little guy out there, you know? Let's go to the press conference right now where Herschel Walker is, this is unbelievable. He's going to give a rally speech right now. This is unbelievable. We're going to go to, hold on, I think we got him right now. This is crazy. I mean, who would have thought we would have this tonight? Herschel Walker, you know, speaking about his campaign. This is crazy. Can we get this? I'm sorry. Why did they tell me they had this when we don't have it? I don't see a feed coming up. Let's see here. Is this it? I don't know. I'm trying to dial it up here, and I don't know. Oh, here we go. Maybe this is it. I can't believe Herschel Walker. I know that he's got special needs, but he might have CTE, but he's going to speak. Let's listen to this. How about everybody doing tonight? Just want to say we ain't going to give up on nothing. I'm confident in what we do here, and I'm confident the people of Georgia speak to me, and they all know that I love them, and I love these people, and that's why I run this race there. And I'm telling all you motherfuckers out there, excuse my language, but they got me riled up here. Now we are going to never give up until the end of the night. We ain't going to never give up until the end of the night. We ain't going to give up a fight because we all crazy here.
And my opponent ain't going to give up, and I'm going to give up either. So I got some words to say to him tonight. I want to tell him, I'm going to say it. I know that I shouldn't be saying some of these things here in front of all you, but you supported me so much through all this here that I want to tell you this.
Sir, I don't think you should say it. Please don't say it. Don't say it here.
I'll say is what I say in front of you. Go away. Go away.
It's just you've had a couple of drinks. I don't think you should.
For the boulder dash. Boulder dash. I ain't nothing. Now I'm going to say what I want to say because I can. And here's what I got to say. Raphael Warnock, you ugly bald motherfucker. If you win this race tonight, I'm going to crush your skull with my hands, you ugly motherfucker. You hear me? You ain't nothing. I'm coming for you. Herschel Walker's coming for your ass. All right, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck Warnock in his asshole and his mother, too.
All right, well, that's, I did not expect to, I mean, that's why I wouldn't drink the night of an election, you know, because you're going to have to come out, whether it's concession speech or whether it's something else like that. Good Lord. I mean, I did not expect him to. I did not expect Herschel Walker to be that bold and brash, you know. I mean, being down by about 4%, that's a bit surprising. But, hey, you got to admire his tenacity. Is that what he really sounds like, by the way? I don't even know what he sounds like. Let's go listen up. Let's hear him.
Thank you, Georgia. First, I'd like to acknowledge my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
All right, I got it right. All right, I got it right. That's a drunk Herschel Walker.
Sleeping in airports. I went through some ups and downs, like any business owner trying to build his business and provide for his family.
What a pleasant man, though. He does seem like a pleasant man, I will say that. Herschel Walker.
And it's time for us to start supporting our military, putting money behind our military so they can go to war when they need to go to war, and they're going to be victorious whenever they go.
Whenever they go, I sound like Mr. Ed, I do. By the way, have you ever seen a black man in Georgia standing up here sounding like Mr. Ed, motherfucker, with a whole bunch of white motherfuckers behind him? They talk about racism and things like that. Well, it ain't alive and well and nothing. It's dead. Look at the support I have from my white brothers and sisters behind me. All behind me, Herschel Walker. I swear to God to you, if I never hear another man say that there's racism in America, I step on their head in front of their children and I eat the asshole out of their wife.
Oh, my God, bro. But the race is really close.
47%.
With Walker.
But as we've seen, this has been bouncing back and forth, and I expect that you're going to be hearing a lot of us talking about this tonight. Let's check in, though, now on Ohio, where J.D. Vance has taken the lead, 50.3% over Democrats.
He seems like a sweet man now, you know, Herschel Walker. I still got his card, man. I think I got his football card somewhere.
Tim Ryan,
Sorry, not that long
now
ago.
is at 49.7%. Again, Ohio has trended
Wow.
red in recent
Ohio
years.
is neck and neck,
North Carolina, we've got
Republican-Democrat.
Ted Budd, the Republican, narrowly ahead of Democrat Sherry Beasley.
Well, we got Herschel Walker's back, guys.
By the way, have you all ever seen a brain as scrambled as mine? You ain't never seen a brain as scrambled as mine. I don't have the tolerance of most other people. So if they screw with you, they screwing with Herschel Walker. If anybody gives you a trouble in this audience, I snap their head open and I shit in their mouth. By the way, today everybody who came to this rally has AIDS. Yeah. I hope all of you get AIDS. Yay. I remember about 17 years ago, I saw a man on the side of the road, and he said, "Sir, can I have $5? And I said, "Man, what do you need $5 for?" And he said to me, "All I want is to grab some soup. I'm hungry." And when I was a kid, my father used to make me soup, and it made me feel better. And that's what I need now is a bowl of soup. And don't you know that I went down to BJ's Wholesale Club because I was a member. I did a promo for them when I was playing football. Yeah, football. I love you, Herschel. Sit on my face. Well, I gave that man not just $5, but I gave him 3 cases of Campbell's Chunky Noodle. And that motherfucker had a smile across his face like a special needs retard after you hand him a candy cane. And that's the type of face I see on all you today now that you know I'm running. Yeah, oh, we love you. Have my babies. And I feel that pride in my belly. Hey, you tell me something, we're going to win. We're going to win despite the fact that I have CTE, despite the fact of my, some of my disgusting things I've done in my past. We're going to win. You know why? Because ain't nobody look as sexy as Daddy Herschel Walker. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, listen, I'm convinced. I'm voting for Herschel Walker over Warner or Warnock. I got to be honest. Besides, a name like Warnock, Warnock, I mean, it sounds like a goblin from like World of Warcraft or something like that. Who would you rather vote for? You know what I mean? A guy with Warnock sounds like a ancient beast from the 1700 or from the 700s or something.
Ah, don't go into the castle because the ancient Warnock monster might be in there and bite off your dick.
No one wants to vote for that. So maybe Herschel Walker is going to win. Herschel Walker. Sounds presidential. Herschel Walker. President Herschel Walker today murdered 13 people attempting an abortion. Or President Warnock. Like, it just sounds like this sounds shitty. Warnock. Sounds like a goblin. Warlock. Warnock. Sounds like Warlock, see? That's what I'm talking about.
Super chat party.
Will Tactics and dropping a dono.
Jealous fuss Seuss.
They jealous of us. Don't be jealous of us. Hey, listen, we're the New England Patriots, and these motherfuckers is jealous of us. Why are they all? Do you know why they hate us? They hate us because they jealous of us. Thank you. Yes, that's a throwback.
49.4% to 48.6%. This is a real nail biter.
Don't you look at my Uncle Cletus, man. I swear to God.
I'm not just making fun of black accents. I'm making fun of white accents, too. Let's relax.
Boy, Jungle Dame, I'll tell you what, I don't believe this, but I have to vote for a black man.
Can you imagine the racist white people in Georgia right now? Think about that. Has anybody thought about them? Are you guys even thinking about the racist people in Georgia? How can you not? Like, how selfish are you guys out there? You guys haven't even given it a thought at all. Can you imagine the racist white guy swigging a beer right now who's going to vote between Warnock and fucking Herschel Walker?
I don't believe this, man. Paul told me never vote Negro ever in my life. My God, I don't know what to do.
We gotta vote for Herschel Walker, dude. Because he's a Republican.
But Dad, Pappy said never vote for a black. Never vote for a black ever. But now I gotta vote for Herschel Walker.
Can you imagine? So no one's thinking about the racist white people in Georgia. Why aren't you thinking about that? The racist white people's heads are exploding right now in fucking Georgia.
I do too. No, I don't know who to vote for.
Like, they're fucking losing their minds. I mean, is that not hilarious? How is no one laughing at this? What are they doing? I mean, dude, they've got to be snapping. They've got to be snapping in Georgia.
I mean, dude, or maybe they voted for the white guy because there is a white independent. I don't believe it. We're going to have to vote for the white guy because he's an independent. That's how you know you're racist in Georgia, right? Like, they couldn't vote for the Republican because he's black, so they voted for Chase Oliver, who's not even a Republican. Oh, my God, that's hilarious. I just thought of this. Oh, God, their heads are exploding. Sorry. I know not everybody in Georgia sounds like this. I apologize. I apologize to the white people in Georgia. That's like what 0.1% of white folks there. I know, but that's because I'm talking about the racist ones. I'm assuming the racist ones really sound like that. There's only a few of them, which is a good thing. That's a good thing that only 0.1% are like that, because that means that there's not a ton. There's still a lot of them are in the backwoods out there, you know. But I know a lot of good people from Georgia. Most people are good from Georgia. I know a lot of people in Atlanta that are black. I know a lot of people in the outskirts that are white. They're all pretty much good, you know, most people. But there are some people, but I'm telling you, there's got to be a few whose heads are exploding over this fact, you know? Oh, my God, I don't know who to vote for. I'm just going to, you know what they did? Watch this. Who'd you vote for, Cletus? I couldn't vote, man. They were both black, man. I couldn't do it. I went to the poll. I went there with a card. You took a card, a drawing with you to the poll? It was the only way that I could vote. Well, how in the world did you go to the poll and vote just because you had a picture in your hand? Well, what I did was, when I got to the poll, what I did was I just took the picture that I took with me to the poll, and over the Republican Herschel Walker's head, I just simply took my drawing and I placed it and I placed it over his head, and then I just pretended that he was a family member, and I voted for him. I just simply put this picture over his head, and then I was able to color in the little button there when I voted. Are you saying that you took a picture of a KKK hat and put it over his head so that you could vote for him? That don't make him white. I know, but that was the only way I could vote for him. Dude, what the fuck? I'm sorry. Kayla Braxton dressed as one of the Usos for Halloween. She looked midgety? I don't know. I didn't see that. Kayla Braxton's usually pretty looking. I don't know. I don't know. Is that a football player? Yeah, Herschel Walker, former football player. I mean, Herschel Walker, bro. He's like a legend. You know what I mean? He's a goddamn legend. He's going to get a lot of votes just because people love, Herschel Walker. But Warnock is the more stable guy, whether you're Republican, Democrat, or whatever. I mean, you got to kind of admit he's the more stable guy, I guess. But again, it's not the same as the Dr. Oz thing, because Dr. Oz is like a celebrity. I mean, I guess it is kind of, but it's in reverse. If that makes any sense, I don't know. Let's go back.
39.6%. This is not a seat that Democrats wanted to have to worry about, but that came online near the end of this midterm season as the national environment shifted for Republicans. We've got about a third of the vote in Colorado. We're going to be keeping an eye on that through the evening as well. Now we've got some key race alerts on the governor's races.
Yeah, but a handful of key race alerts.
I think if you want to really enjoy people getting upset, you'd have to probably watch like, I don't think Fox would even get that upset, so I think you'd have to watch like YouTubers who are really right-wing, and then you'd probably have to watch MSNBC, because CNN is trying to stay like without getting too political themselves, being political. CNN is trying to sort of be more independent. They're kind of focusing differently than they used to. But MSNBC is still hardcore, so their reaction for you, maybe better, but it's hard to say which one to watch if you're talking about that, James. We'll see. Let's take a look. Right now, let's see. The Senate results are still kind of locked in. Republicans are up by 1. Other parties have 2 seats. Those have gone to other parties. That's interesting. The House has gained 2 seats by the Republicans. Rather, the Republicans gained 2 House seats. The governor race is kind of going the other way. It seems like leadership so far. But, I mean, we're still waiting on the western side of the U.S. Wyoming is in, though, so far. Yeah, still a slow collection here and transition into everything. So, I'm still waiting on everything. Let's see what else we got.
Alerts beginning in the state of Texas. There, the incumbent Republican Greg Abbott maintaining a lead over former Congressman, former Senate and White House hopeful Beto.
Oh, scissor me!
Right now, Abbott leading by 80,000 votes.
Scissor me! Scissor me! Scissor me! Scissor me, daddy! Scissor me! All I want you to do is scissor me! All I want you to do is scissor me! All I want you to do is scissor me! All I want you to do is scissor me! All I want you to do is scissor me! All I want you to do is scissor me!
Joe Cronin 2024. I loved your presidential speech against Russia you did a while back, lol.
Oh, man, I remember that. Yep, I'll bring it. Man Moore, thank you for the $9.99. Appreciate that, dude. You're a sexy beast. Man Moore getting crazy. Man Moore, thank you for scissoring me, bro. Imagine what it would take to get me elected. Imagine that.
Votes with 51% of the vote in
competitive swing counties in Pennsylvania, and you see Josh Shapiro with 82% to 16%. Northampton County, just at the verge of all these key counties there, and that's where he was saying, "I'll be balanced. I'll be,
said has never held public office before, taking over that governor's mansion from a very popular Republican governor. I think that's definitely one place I would be watching.
Yeah, there's no question. We obviously here in Washington, we see in a lot of the ads for Wes Moore, an enormously impressive candidate. I agree with you. He's going to have a national profile. What's so interesting, these are 2 deep blue states, Maryland and Massachusetts, and for the last 8 years, both of them have been governed by moderate Republicans, Larry Hogan and Charlie Baker, both very popular, but both Healy and Moore were advantaged by the fact that they had hard right candidates who were strongly against abortion, strongly for Trump, and
I mean, that's why the Republicans lost in Massachusetts, the governor race, like he said, like Wallace said there. They just went too far right, for people. That's why Baker worked, because he was such a moderate Republican. But, you know what I mean? They went a little too far. Acknowledge Trump's cock. Oh, my God, bro. What's up, John? How you doing, man? How you been? Click that like button. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay on to cover this, to be honest, because I got, I've got an early morning tomorrow. I thought we'd have a little more decision here by this time, but it is trailing on. We'll continue tomorrow with talk about what happened if we don't get to it, but we'll see what happens here. We're just going to hear some more about this. And I'm looking at some numbers real quick.
One of them said that Pence was a traitor. The other one said the 2020 election was rigged. that kind of politics from a Republican isn't going to work in Maryland and Massachusetts.
Yeah, no question. And the resume that Wes Moore has is just stellar. He was a veteran from Afghanistan in the 82nd Airborne. But I want to go back to Maura Healey and Massachusetts, because I'm sorry, when you think about it, the history-making moment of her being the first openly lesbian, okay. But the first woman, there's never been a female governor in Massachusetts?
It is amazing. I mean,
Right.
it is amazing. And Massachusetts is not the only place where that is a piece of history that has not happened. I mean, there are a lot of places in this country, but especially when you look at these statewide.
You know why? Because women didn't want to run back in the day as much, and people wouldn't elect a woman. Because men were generally the ones that did stuff. That's why. By the way, of course Maura Healey won here in Massachusetts because we're not going to elect a guy with die in his name, okay? I mean, the Republican's name was Die. And for the people that are looking at this that are like, oh my God, Maura Healey, of course the Republican lost. Well, we just had a Republican governor. Charlie Baker was our governor. He's a Republican. He was the governor. So, you know, Maura Healey, now we have a Democratic governor for the first time since 2014. And why is that? Well, I think it's because the Republican, his name is Die. And they were like, well, we're not electing somebody with Die in their name, so let's not do that. So we'll elect Maura Healey.
Contests where it is still a barrier to reach for women to be elected to those positions, for Black people to be elected to those positions. I believe Wes Moore would be only the third Black governor that's been elected in this country. So since Reconstruction, I should say. So there are a lot of barriers that we thought we had gotten past that people are still breaking in 2022.
No, and you're exactly right about Wes Moore. I mean, the first Black governor of Maryland, another deep blue state. A few barriers being broken tonight. We may see how the national race goes, but in a couple of very blue states, a couple of very impressive blue candidates.
Okay, back over to Jake.
Thanks so much,
Back
Dana.
over to
Coming
Jack
up, the
me
first
up.
results from Senate races in Nevada and Utah that could be key to the fight for Senate control. Our election coverage continues in just a moment. Stay with us.
Lieutenant Tom Hudner, Jesse Brown.
Critics are praising devotion. Glenn Powell and Jonathan Majors deliver.
Well, that was it for that.
Population lives. We have been told that until all 17 counties have processed their votes, none of them are to report their votes to Carson City, the state capital. So the results will all come out at once when all 17 counties are done. So that could take a long time. So the polls close officially in 7 minutes, but we should not expect results coming for a long time because of what I just told you.
Oh boy.
I can't believe you were walking in that line the entire live shot. That is indeed a long line. Let's go to Sarah Seidner, who is in Phoenix, Arizona, Maricopa County, getting a sense of what's going to happen there. Obviously, Sarah, you've been reporting on some of the problems that have been happening in Maricopa County. How are things now?
We're told that all of those problems have been resolved, but as you know, the polls did close at 7 p.m., and we have heard from the chairman of the County Board of Supervisors.
99% of the ballots in Arizona will be counted by Friday. How the fuck can you not count these ballots now? What are they talking about? Are you serious, bro? Like, they got to be kidding, right? 99% of the ballots, they're not going to be counted? What? What are you, crazy?
Supervisors who apologized for the problems that happened earlier in the day, but said that every single vote will be counted. Rest assured. He wanted to make sure that voters knew that very clearly. In about 6 minutes, we're going to have some of those first results just rolling in. And remember that in this county, about 85% of people vote early. And so those vote counts that you start hearing in just a bit here are going to be from early voters, people who came to the polls before today or who mailed in their ballots as well. And so that is what you're going to start hearing. By Friday, we should have all of the early votes, about 95 to 99% of those votes counted, and we will know what those numbers are, according to officials here. One thing I do want to stress is we asked the chairman of the County Board of Supervisors whether or not those issues, those tabulation issues with the printers that happened here in several different voting centers were going to make this count last longer, and the answer was no. This should be as per normal. Jake?
All right, Sarah. Is that Mr. Gates from the Maricopa County Board
Well, that's not normal.
of Supervisors right next to you, Sarah?
That is, and we were hoping to bring him in live. If you have some time, we would like to do that if you wouldn't mind.
We'll come back later. Tell him we said hi. We'll come back and get a status report from him.
Put the pancakes down.
Let's get more on Arizona right now from Brianna Keeler at the voting desk. Brianna.
Yeah, let's take a closer look here, Jake. A judge in Maricopa County, which of course is where Phoenix is located, denying a request from Republicans to extend polling hours by 3 hours. The judge saying there was no evidence that anyone was prevented from exercising their right to vote. That hearing.
Dude, this place is fucking crazy. Bear with me 1 second while I grab a break real quick. I'll be right back in 2 seconds. This is Decision 2022. Tonight we'll have all the election coverage that will make you erect. Plus, we'll say things that will make your wife come. And we'll do things that will upset certain people in particular parties, like the left and the right. We'll bring you coverage from the boardwalk, where several female dogs will speak to our news correspondents about how they feel about their masters, owners, walking them in the middle of the night in the middle of a midterm. Tonight, it's the election coverage unlike anywhere else. Here, live on the Joe Cronin Show. We get started in just a few minutes. Now, click the like button and give us 69 likes, or Billie Eilish's family will get botulism. Thank you. I'm Joe Cronin. And this is... I'm sorry, okay. I'm having a good time, just sitting here. I've had some... I've had a couple of beers. No, I haven't. I've just been drinking water. My sweatshirt on. Having a couple of sips of water and probably some BPH plastic from this bottle that's slowly collecting in my system that will murder me at the age of 67. And I'm going out Roddy Piper style, folks. Tonight's election coverage, as always, on Fun Elections. We like to do this. And we got an interesting thing going on here. Republicans must win 27 competitive seats. Democrats must win 53 competitive seats for the House. This is funner than Monday Night Raw, I'll tell you that. Say what you want. Better than Raw. It's good to be here with you. We'll have a good time tonight, laughing at all this stuff. And we'll have a good time tonight. We'll see what happens. We'll take a look right now. The U.S. Senate race is ongoing and exciting in the pants for some of you guys.
2020 election because of COVID. And so that's one of the lessons we're learning. And this is more complicated now than it was 10 years ago, just because you get people voting in different ways: early voting, mail-in vote, early in-person voting, mail-in voting, election day voting, and different states count them. And we still have,
Yeah.
you see, we've already projected.
David,
Yeah, we'll be.
Let's go back to Rhode Island. Let's see what Rhode Island's doing, because that's very interesting. They look like they're going to go blue as far as the Senate goes, which would be expected, I guess. And as far as everything else, I mean, Rhode Island's still kind of falling blue to me. But I don't know, man. Maybe something else will change. I don't see anything on this map, though, to indicate anything is any different than it was. North Carolina is possibly going to go red there, too, by the way. I said earlier it probably red in North Carolina, you would think, but it was close earlier. But that was because nothing was really coming in yet. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But looking at the poll in the chat, let's go back to the poll in the chat. 308 votes on the poll in the chat so far here tonight. And basically, I just wanted to see what you guys thought would happen. I think most people think that there's an opportunity for Republicans to take over a little bit. And if that doesn't happen, people really think that things will stay about the same maybe. So a lot of people are saying a bunch of nothing in second place. So a bunch of nothing could mean I don't really think anything's going to change anyway, or nothing is really going to change. So I'll just say a bunch of nothing's going to happen tonight. But 50% of you, so about 150 or so of you, believe that we're in for a red wave tonight. Only 7% believe a blue wave is coming, and 18% don't know. So if you are a Republican, which I think a lot of the audience here, a lot of my audience used to be liberal. I used to take polls around the political times in my chat. Back in 2000, you can go watch my old shows back in 2013, 14, and 15, and you can look at the polls. The polls that we did in my chat back on my show in the years 2013, 14, 15, and even maybe 16, the polls reflected a liberal audience. So 60% of you guys were liberal, or the people that were watching me at the time at least were liberal, and 40% were whatever else, either independent, Republican, or maybe a libertarian or something like that. But now it seems that that's kind of flipped, and it feels like 60% or so of the audience is more Republican or libertarian or independent, and other 30 or 40%, maybe even less, are still liberal. So it's interesting how the audience has changed over the years. And in fact, my own views have slightly moved a little. So not really, though. My views have mostly stayed where they are. It's the parties are changing. I'm still where I always was, kind of, but the parties have drifted differently. The right seemingly has drifted a little more, a little bit left in some ways, and a little more extreme right in other ways, but the left has drifted way further out left. And so I'm still where I was. For me, I don't think there's much different. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some of the different stuff I would vote for that's that much different, and it's really not that much different. So it's not me. It's not me that's changed. It's the party that changed. And I always say this to other people when they, like people like my wife and other people, when they say that I'm some crazy. I'm like, no, I'm still the same person. You know what I mean? Because if I write down all the things that I am, I still am, about the same almost as I always was. So it's not me that changed, it's you. But we'll see. Abbott can't even walk. That polio-ridden fuck, says Colonel Stutters. CNN sounds drunk. Yeah, well, they are. I mean, when aren't they? Derek with the $30. Thank you, Derek, for the $30 donation, man. That's a big help. Thank you, sir. Oh, boy. Let's see what else. Let's see if there's any change here. There's more GOP in the House now. Very interesting stuff. Let's see if we get some more news. Let's see. Let's check in with MSNBC because they're fucking creepy as hell. And they hate whites. What is this music they got rolling? Oh, you can't rewind on MSNBC. They got that turned off. That's interesting. We have to listen to this music. Bubba bump bump bubba bump. Bubba bump bump bubba bump. That's fucking like that's enough to make you kill somebody. You know? Bubba bump bump bubba bump. Bubba bump bump bubba bump. Oh my God, do they all have this music running? What is this music? Bro, what is this music we're listening to right now? Holy good God Almighty. Oh my God, bro. Look at that. Senate control. 23 undecided seats. House control. GOP needs 1 to gain control of the House. House and Senate, 1 to gain. Wow. Tiebreaker. 23 undecided, 1 ahead for Republicans in the Senate. Man, it is snug. Still 1 to gain for the Senate and the House for Republicans. Wow, will that happen? Super interesting. Dude, if I was like 17, I'd be like, this is lame. But now that I'm 38 and a loser, I'm like, this is exciting. Even though it's not really exciting, it's still stupid.
Looking at later. And so
You know what I mean?
you look
0.6%.
27. So they have made 1 more.
Let's see.
118.
Let's see the
We have
report.
a ways to go, Jake. So remembering that the vote is still early, and where we are an hour, 2 hours from now will tell us a lot more about the House than right now.
Right, great. I'll be asleep.
All right, John. Right now, CNN is about to make 2 more projections in House races in Florida. Republican Maria Elvira Salazar, CNN is projecting, has won a second term.
Fuck, she's hot. Maria Elvira Salazar. Oh. Republican female in Florida.
In office in her Miami area district. It went narrowly for Trump in 2020. She is a former TV journalist. Congresswoman Maria Elvira Salazar will be reelected, CNN is projecting.
Reelected.
In Virginia, Democratic Congresswoman Jennifer Wexton, CNN is projecting, has been elected to a 3rd term in office. She represents the Washington suburbs in Northern Virginia. So that's 1 win for a Republican, 1 win for a Democrat. The balance of power right now, 48 Democrats have been elected, 92 Republicans have been elected. That includes 3 pickups. 295 seats are remaining. Remember, you need 218 seats in order to control the House of Representatives. In the U.S. House, of the competitive seats that we're keeping an eye on, Republicans have to win 26 of them, we now say. That is down from 27. So they have made 1 more gain there that they need to do. Democrats have as well. Democrats need to pick up 52. That is down from 53 in terms of competitive seats. Let's go to Casey Hunt now, who will tell us more about what's going on with the Senate races.
So, I bet AOC is a maniac in bed. I don't know, man. You think so? People really want to bang her. Has anybody noticed that? Like, people really want a piece of AOC. Whether it's left or right, people want to get with her. Like, I mean, you can't deny it. People want her big horse teeth, like, to just gobble them. I mean, no matter what you think about her, you're horny for her. I don't know why.
That's right, Jake. Let's check in across the map, and we're going to start in a place we've been all night, and that is Georgia, where Raphael Warnock in the lead right now, 51.2% to Herschel Walker.
Well, Warner's winning. Oh, shit, Derek.
My fecal matter's on the floor, but it's okay.
Yeah, we can check out Fox next.
Fecal matter's on the floor. It's okay. I am a horse. Fecal matter's on the floor. It's okay. I am a horse. Fecal matter's on the floor. It's okay. Fecal matter's on the floor. It's okay. I am a horse. Fecal matter's on the floor.
Derek dropping another $20. Derek is funding the stream tonight.
But it's okay, I am a horse. It's okay, I am a horse. My fecal matter's on the floor.
if indeed it is a red wave tonight. It would be funny to see the difference in coverage between channels like Fox, CNN, and NBC, completely exposing their biased ideologies.
Well, I think we're so aware of their biases that we don't even, you can imagine it almost right now. I mean, you know, maybe not at CNN anymore, because CNN has tried to become this, has tried to dial it back a bit on the left stuff, but MSNBC is still very left, and they... All right, I'm back. Sorry, I replayed the last 10 minutes. Has been a replay, obviously. I don't know what's been going on, but like when I started getting my like vertigo or like dizziness that I've been getting recently, I don't know what it is, man, but I had to step away and walk away and try to figure it out. Part of me wonders if it's, I think it might be related to the sinus infection that I just had. I almost think that there's so much pressure in my head and eyes and face and everything that I think my headphones pressing on my head is causing like a blockage or a buildup or something like that. And I started to get like dizzy and weird. The back of my neck hurts, is sore. It's very weird. I have no idea what's going on with me. But it's very strange. And it's really bad in this room. I don't know if I need different eyes. It could be the headphones though. It's immediately when I sit down here. It's like I'd rather have, and maybe it's the headphones. Like I take the headset and I put it here. Does it go away now if I take my headphones off? It feels like once the headphones are on, once the headphones are pushing here, it's almost as if I start like losing consciousness or something. But it could be staring at the computer screen. Now this doesn't usually happen to me. Like I said, I've been doing this for years and years and years. You know what I mean? But it is a very strange phenomenon that's going on. And I don't know what it is, but it feels like I'm overtired and I'm hallucinating. But then there's two screens, so I'm like, whoa, like what's going on, bro? I don't know. I have no idea what it is. But I think it's probably time for bed, I guess. You know, if that's the case, that's going on. I've got something early in the morning anyway. But I slept really well last night. I went to bed at, what did I go to bed at, 3 or 2 or 2 in the morning? I don't know. I went to bed at like 2 or 3 in the morning. 4, 5, 6, 8 hours. Either way, we're effed. What up, Jim S? How you doing, man? Hey, guys, good luck. I'm not going to cover it anymore because like it got later and I was hoping to have more info by this point, but it looks like we're not going to get that. So we're going to call it here for me. I'll be back tomorrow, and it seems like I got to rest my eyes, obviously, it feels like. So maybe I'll have a can of carrots or something like that. 40-39 Senate, House 86-48 Republicans right now, gained 2 seats. Democrats lost 3 seats. Governor gained 2 seats for the Dems, 18. So, but it looks like U.S. the Senate and the House might go to the Republicans. Governor's race, I don't know, but U.S. and Senate are probably going to Republicans. It looks like. I don't know though. I mean, this is all early on, and we have, everything else. Yo, Juan Garibay, what's up, bro? Sinus is fragile. It's inflamed. That'll probably do it. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think this is inflamed, and this is all inflamed, and this is inflamed. And then having headphones on for like hours is murdering it. It's probably a lot, cutting off pressure and stuff like that. I don't know. But I bet you that's what it could be. So maybe I will take an ibuprofen or something like that. Get some of the inflammation down. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for being here tonight and hanging out. Man Moore, thank you for the $9.99 last time. And a big thanks to Derek, man, who dropped the 20 and 30 earlier. And I wish I could be on all night for you, but it looks like my body won't accept that, and I should be up to work anyway. So, what up, Dave? I did not mean to not take Dave Rose's call, by the way. I would have brought him on earlier, but I wasn't really in the Discord. And at this point, it's sleepy time, so. God, I hate this state. Derek, good luck, man, over there in New York right now. Massachusetts, kind of similar, though, Pretty similar. Hey, man, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the AEW review Dynamite tomorrow night, and we'll continue to go over what happened here. And that's it. Someone won the Powerball, too, in California, the place where the machine glitched. Go figure. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep it hard.
Shouldn't use that kind of language in this environment. I just mean those results are looking nice. But that Rhode Island seat, those results are real. You come in here, all the results are real. I shouldn't use that kind of language in this environment.